everybody, it's me, Nikki, and today I'm here with my June wrap-up. I was going to say TBR, but also kind of a July TBR. We'll talk about that more. So I read, let's see, I can't remember. I read 6 books. I didn't put 2 on my sheet, but I did read them. I'll make sure to add them. I talked about them in another video. So I read The Drowner by John D. MacDonald. He also wrote the book that became Cape Fear, the movie. There are 2 of those. I read Malice Aforethought by Francis Isles, which is a pen name for Anthony Berkeley. I read Death Trap, which is a play by Ira Levin, and he wrote Rosemary's Baby and the housewife one. Oh gosh. No. What? Stepford Wives. That was it. And those 3 were on online. As I said in this video, which I'll link. I don't know if I can link cards. I think I can. And then I'll also link it down below. The Drowner and Death Trap were really hard to find. But eventually I did find them. Like on my libraries anyway. Probably if you lived in a bigger city, they might actually have physical copies. And I found Malice Aforethought on Hoopla. Yes, I think it was Hoopla. And those 3 I could only find in ebook. I don't know. I didn't have any copies of audiobooks, but there might be. I also read, it's right here, the ABC Murders, and this is 4 Poirot books in one that my mom had from a really long time ago from the Mystery Guild. And those 4 were part of the 8 Perfect Murders. So I have read 4 of the 8 Perfect Murders, and the other 4 I have on audiobook from Hoopla. And once I finish those, I'll do a video like I did for the first 4. Okay, and then the other books I read, the first one was In the Labyrinth of the Drakes. No, this wasn't the first one. This was the second one, but it was the first one on my lap. And this is book 4, I think, in the Memoirs of Lady Trent. I can find out. Yeah, it's book 4. And this is just a continuation of her travels. And in this one, she goes to a deserty country. If you want to say parallels, it'd be like Arabia, maybe Egypt, maybe. It's a desert country that has ruins, and also like I believe they're called tribes in the book, but they just have like different beliefs and stuff. So it sort of gives that vibe. Like the third one, well, they were on the ocean, but they also found some place, and that gave very like Asian vibes, but also like Pacific Island vibes, which was cool. The second one was also set in like an African type country, but more in like the jungle area, like the Congo, but it was swampy. I don't know if there are any swamps in Africa. But that was cool. And then in the first book, it was like European, mountainy, Russia kind of vibe. So I like that. Because it's set not on Earth, but in like an alternate world. And she's from like an England type of place. So yeah, in this one she goes to that deserty Egypt, Middle East, and is sent with her friend and co-author type guy, Tom. They work together on the dragon research, and her son is older now and he's in school, so he gets left behind. And then her and Tom are sent to this outpost to try to figure out what's going wrong, why can't they breed dragons. And it's because they're treating them horribly, obviously. And then she goes out to the desert to see the dragons not like in person, because she doesn't get that close to them, but she wants to go see them do their thing and the mating. And then they find the Labyrinth of the Drakes, which is a bunch of ruins that people have sort of explored, but not too deeply, because there's lots of dragons and other things. And Sue Hale, I believe is how you say that, shows up. Was he in the second one? He was definitely in I think he was just in the third one. It doesn't matter. He shows up, and because he's from that part of the area, and he takes her down there and shows her around, and it's cool. It's cool. They find cool stuff in there, and they're all very excited because it's they have pictures in here. I don't know if Mary Brennan draws them or not. Let's see if I can find one. They have this. I don't know if that's where they find it, but it's sort of like their Rosetta Stone, where it's like Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and so that's sort of their thing, and they're trying to translate. And then they find this, the Watchers of Time, and they're just big and scary. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. More adventuring. I really enjoyed it. And I'll be sad because I think I have the last book coming up. And the first book I read was Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 1, The Lightning Thief, the first of the series. There's 5. And this was basically the introduction to Percy and Camp Half-Blood. I think that's what they call it. Because he's half god. If you know your Greek mythology, you can probably figure out who it is pretty quickly. I had read this one already, so I remembered who it was. And because he's half god, people are trying to kill him. Zeus specifically, because Zeus is a hypocrite. And Percy has to go on a little quest to not die, basically. And he brings along Annabeth and Grover. Annabeth is Athena's daughter. Not sure how, since she's in the mythology, she didn't like people that way. But whatever. Rick Riordan, do what you want. And Grover, who is a satyr, and they go basically like on an Odyssey type voyage. It's very tropey, in that obviously Greek mythology sort of invented a lot of tropes, or they copied it from cultures that nobody knows a lot of, but you know, the tropes were invented long ago. Basically, they go to the underworld at some point, and but it definitely has Odyssey vibes because they go to a Las Vegas hotel called the Lotus Eater. They meet Medusa at some point, and it's just very like Greek tropes, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you like your Greek mythology. So I'm excited to start this series and finish it. So that was what I read in June. The 4 mysteries, I have a whole video about them, excuse me, so that's why I didn't talk about them. And as for my TBR for July, this is going to shock people. I don't really have one. I did look at some readathons. There are a couple, but none of them really grabbed me. I'm sort of doing, it's like a booktuber one, but basically you read books and you get points and you make new booktube friends, which is fun. I haven't really participated yet because life, but I'm on the Discord, and I'll be doing that soon. But yeah, nothing really sort of grabbed me this month, even though there were a lot of good ones. Basically. I know hopefully I can read more than 2. I do have 2 I'm going to start. She Who Became the Sun. This is a reread of the completed version. I've already started it. And I'd also like to get to The Poison Chocolates Case by Anthony Berkeley, who wrote Malice Aforethought. So yeah. And then I'd like to maybe finish, I think I've got 2 books up there that would finish a series, so I'd like to get to those. But you know, just sort of take it easy this month with reading. Not that I have been doing a lot of reading, but you know what I mean. Did I want? No, I didn't want to talk about anything else. I thought I did, but if I've forgotten it. It's been a month, you guys. June has also been a month, so I'm glad that's over. But yeah, so that was my wrap up and my TBR. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you're having a lovely day. I didn't say welcome or welcome back, but welcome or welcome back to my outro. And yeah, I'll see everybody in the next video, or you'll see me. You know what I mean. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Woo!